105 North Avenue 52.
Prepare to be fucked by the long dick of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
You can't break those cuffs.
Make him away, Ty.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
Hey.
I caught you mid-sip there, Grant.
I'm Officer Grant.
Grant, what's going on? You were changing your wardrobe while I was doing the intro. How are you?
Well, I just put different glasses on, really.
You put your hood up. You're going for kind of a Unabomber look, it looks like.
Kevin, the internet revolution and its consequences has been a disaster for humanity.
Say no more. Welcome to Thought Cops. That just about sums it all up. Let's give a warm welcome to a brand new guest to our fine show, because today, folks, we have none other than Joe Eames. How are you, Joe Eames?
Honored to be here. Thanks so much for having me, fellas.
I feel like it's a long time coming. We've known each other for maybe the past year or so, because I know you were at one of our live shows last year.
I was. Yeah, that was a great time.
I remember because we were doing the at our live shows, which we should start doing again. It's been a while since we've done them. I think things are safe and normal to start doing live shows again, as far as I'm concerned.
Think.
They're
going to tear this country in half, Kevin.
We're coming for you, baby. We have a 2 minutes of hate participatory segment at the end of the show, which is people at the show can, instead of leaving a voicemail, come up and take the microphone and do the show yourself in front of the whole live audience if you think you're so darn special. And Joe, I remember you were like doing you were doing like a tight five.
Yeah, I think I had about 14 White Claws in me, and I was like, you know, people need to hear more of my material. That's why they came here for a live podcast recording. So obviously they just want to see an open mic comic go up and rant about bar rescue.
And I feel like at that time of the show, we'd gone through so much malort that it didn't really matter, because everybody who does a 2 minutes of hate gets to come up on stage and do a volunteer shot of Jepson's malort, which we will be doing today. This is something we haven't done in a while, Grant. I feel like malort was such a fixture of Thought Cops.
I feel like it just becomes one of those things where everyone that's Chicago-based has some sort of a malort
Chicago-based and red-pilled.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, after some time, it's like I would make a bunch of TikTok videos about malort, and then you see everybody else doing it, and you're like, I'm not that original.
Yeah, do you think it's trite?
No. It's maybe kind of. I don't know.
Being a big malort guy is kind of like Reddit energy.
Yeah. You know what? I hate to say it, man, but that malort is like the new Chicago bacon.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, we were at the forefront of this. We were. You know, we've been doing this for years. We were doing it before it was cool. Spoken like a true Logan Square hipster.
You know, it is also that sense of like, because I feel like people from, I guess, really any big city, but like, you know, you see this in Chicago a lot, the people that are like very defensive over like, no, I don't do that. That's touristy.
Yeah.
That's the tourist. I don't live in the Sears Tower. I don't eat deep dish. I don't go to Navy Pier. And they're all, I go to the Shit Stain is where I hang out. It's underneath Logan Square. It's the coolest place. It's just me and my friend Ted. And we just fucking smoke crack rock.
Yeah, you can smoke cigarettes inside. It's fucking awesome.
It's just like,
fuck you know, you can smoke inside.
It's trying to find the line between the touristy whatever the fuck and the like super hipster whatever the fuck, and just feeling alienated by yourself and your culture and the city around you.
I think the intersection of that is the Bean, actually, because it's it's in
I don't go to the Bean. No, I'm not a tour. I couldn't be possibly confused with someone that would go to a world famous location. I don't do locations. I go to bars.
Without further ado, let us do a shot of the.
Let me talk about this for 10 more minutes. Yeah,
Chicago's own epic shot,
epic bacon shot,
as YOLO Swag would say. So Reddit.
This is epic.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm making the face.
Oh, wait.
Oh, look at me.
All right, so I actually have a Malort face story. One time I was at a bar.
Better be good.
I'm hoping it is.
You have tens of people listening to you right now.
Oh, and don't forget the Chicago handshake is Malort, followed by a little bit of Old Style.
Slancha.
This episode brought to you by
Alcoholism.
So
Sure.
I was in a bar and, just like talking to a gentleman as one does.
Sure.
And we take a shot of Malort. And this guy's like, oh my God. So I do this thing where I get people to take shots of Malort and then I take pictures of their Malort face, which everyone's heard of, like you said.
Right.
Oh, I'm making the face. But then he showed me the album. It's like probably a couple hundred pictures, but it's all like attractive young women. So I think this guy's a sex predator.
Yeah, new kind of creep just dropped. What the hell?
There was a dude wearing like a Google glasses at my gym today. And it was like, I don't know what to do.
Was he doing one of these?
No, but like someone pointed out they're like his glasses are like beep, like there's a light. And I was like, is that what that is? And he was like, I don't know. And then I was like, I don't know.
It's for his records.
Yeah. Oh, this is. I'm actually recording people's sets. I want to show attractive young women what it looks like when they're doing the wrong motion, and I will show it to them later.
That's the exercise equivalent of like a weird open mic comic going up and giving like new female comics like, hey, here's some notes.
Yeah.
You want to write together?
Yeah. You want to start?
I'm not one of those guys.
Just to be clear, yes, you are not one of those gentlemen. I do want to say, Joe, you are the host of or the producer of a show here in Chicago called The Humboldt Jungle. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So it's a comedy show. It's fun. It's fun to give like a really sketchy description of the show because it literally is a comedy show in a guy's basement. So
that sounds like
the shit stain underneath Logan Square. You and your friend Ted smoke crack rock.
Yeah, Nathan and I, and
I was so close.
Drugs are involved for sure. But no, my friend Nathan is a good friend from high school. He has like a beautiful house in Humboldt Park, not like some big gaudy new thing, but just like a nice standard old Humboldt Park house with a ground level basement. And we fit like 80, 90 people in there.
It's a big basement.
He's got like 100. We pack him in.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got over 100 houseplants. And so like the houseplants.
Yeah, houseplants. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just plugging Seth Rogen's Vase Company. And for a second, I thought you had like on a soundboard.
It was not that good.
Yeah, that was incredible. But yeah, so it's the second to last Wednesday of every month. It's I think it's technically illegal. It doesn't cost money, but there are suggested donations.
Yeah, I was on the website and it's like there is a disclaimer where it's like we have a license to do a show here, just so you know. We can't charge at cover price, but you can donate money if you like.
Also, and if people don't donate money, I know who they are, and
you will.
I will threaten you. All 5 feet 9 inches of me will threaten you.
Now, the Humboldt Jungle. This is you said a comedy showcase, and I know a number of people who have been on this very show have done that show as well. How long have you been doing Humboldt Jungle? Because I feel like that was like I don't want to say post-COVID, but it was post-lockdown.
It was August will be our 1 year anniversary show.
Sweet.
So August of 2021 was our first show. We skipped December because of Christmas, and then it worked out great because like Omicron and everything.
Yeah.
But coming up on a year, and it's going really well. The last 3 or 4 shows have sold out in less than 2 hours, which, pretty stoked about that. So.
Yeah, I mean, in the pictures I've seen, it's one of the, let's just say one of the more beautiful Chicago comedy venues. It's not the back room of a bar.
That's kind of
it's not the shit stain.
Yeah, exactly. It's what I've told like other comics who have asked about it. Like Chicago is one of the best comedy scenes in the world. It's not hard to put together a strong lineup, but no one gives a shit about lineups in Chicago comedy other than Chicago comics. Like no one... Jeff Asmus has fans and stuff. He just moved to New York, but like there's a handful of people with like some kind of name recognition, but most of the time people are just there to see a comedy show. So you got to focus on the other stuff and just having a cool aesthetic and stuff like that, which I mean, I got really lucky with it. I had nothing to do with it. It's his house, his plans.
The plants just happen to be there and you built a comedy show around it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just focusing on the vibe. It's the vibe. I'm going to look in the camera for this. The vibe is all that matters.
The vibes looked immaculate.
So the pictures of it, it's funny because we've paid a photographer for every show, and he's a really good photographer.
Yeah, I was going to say, those look good.
He's super talented at James Yeaman, Yeaman on Instagram, but he's my
is that
cousin's
his last name, or is that?
I don't know. I should know because he's literally my cousin's boyfriend. That's how I came into contact with him.
Must be Saul Goodman's cousin.
They broke up very recently, so I don't know if he's still our photographer or how that's gonna go going forward.
Yeah,
but we live stream shows now. But yeah, I mean, my cousin's a grown woman. I think she'll be okay if I keep paying her ex-boyfriend to photograph our show. So yeah, Humble Jungle, check us out.
Hell yeah. And speaking of live shows, if you donate to us over at patreon.com/thoughtcops, you can be a part of the live episode chats in our recording rooms every single week.
Setting up only took 20 minutes this
That
week.
is a new record for us. And I got to say, I'm proud of us, Grant. We made it 20.
Only 3 browsers to try.
20 minutes, 3 browsers.
No video right now, but there will be video on youtube.com/users/
it's just I just got the regular one. It's just youtube.com/thoughtcops now.
Cool.
And if you're not subscribed, I highly recommend it because we're also putting up a lot of fun highlight clips and stuff from the show. So if somebody's like, hey, what are you listening to? And you're like, Thought Cops. And they're like, what the hell is that? And you're like, let me show you. And you can send them an 8-minute clip instead of a 100-minute long episode.
Right. Which also... if you're not following Thought Cops on Twitter, then you're probably just haven't listened to these episodes, or you haven't, or Twitter, TikTok. There's too many T websites.
We're on everything,
Can that be my 2 minutes of hate? There's too many websites that start with the letter T, and I've never been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I'm a little bit dyslexic, and I don't know the difference between Twitter and Tumblr, and the other one, the TikTok, and
the one that you use.
Another example.
Well, TikTok's poisoning the mind of our youth, whereas Tumblr and Twitter actually showed us the light. So that's my differentiating factor.
Whatever. I don't care to argue.
Is that your real 2 minutes of hate?
No, that's not my 2
Okay, well, let's get right to it then. 2 minutes of hate, which is our very famous, very favorite segment of the show.
I'm chomping on the bit over here.
Where we like to punish all that annoying random crap that we see on our phone screens and our computer screens every single day of our waking lives. Did you want to start, Grant, or are you actually chomping on a bit?
I mean, I do have one, and I am pretty fiery about it. I'm fiery right now.
Go off.
King.
Let me put my glasses on over my glasses so that I can see while I'm seeing. Dude, if Exhibit was here right now, he'd be having a field day with what I just said. My 2 minutes of hate. This is kind of like an older meme. I'm just going to take these off. This is kind of an older meme, and y'all might have familiarized yourselves with it. You may have seen it. You may have partaken in it. And I haven't seen it in a long time. However, it sort of poisoned my brain because I think about it a lot. And that's almost the worst thing because it's one of those things where it's like the trend has stopped, but my mind is creating it. But it's like, but I don't want to take this and I don't want to put this on Twitter. I don't need to force something out that doesn't need to be in existence, but I'll be sitting there.
Are you still trying to name a more iconic duo? Because I'm waiting.
No, but it's going to be worse than that. And you're going to understand, you're going to hear what I'm saying, and you're going to be, I can't believe you said that.
I'm going to say it right now, I'm going to freak the fuck out on this episode.
Dude, you're going to be, whatever one of your 2 minutes of hate was when people respond to things. My 2 minutes of hate is the meme where when the title of a TV show or a movie isn't someone's name, but someone makes a meme where the character in a scene says that the title of the show or the movie is their name.
Wait, Grant, didn't you do this?
Yeah, I just recently did that.
I was going to say, because I could have sworn I saw you post this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Wow.
You pulled up Grant's Twitter alarmingly fast.
It's in his favorites folder.
It's actually, it's my
background.
It's my lock
screen.
screen.
You guys know what I'm talking about? Because
I do. It's played out.
It was, I think, very popular with Breaking Bad for whatever reason, and a lot of bro-y TV show, like your film bro movies, that type of thing.
Okay, to a little Dark Side Jill's reference,
Which
we'll
also
talk about
we
at some
were
point.
on.
that guy's name is The Departed, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about that when the episode's out.
Like for instance, Walter White walks into the desert and he says, "Say my name," and the other guy goes, "You're Breaking Bad." Or like
350,000 likes.
He goes, Jesse, I am Breaking Bad. Or he was like, like Ryan Gosling takes a toothpick out of his mouth and says, "I'm Drive."
I'm sorry. I know the point of this is to not laugh at
A young Jodie Foster looks to Robert De Niro and says, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm Taxi Driver."
Funny stuff.
Edward Norton goes up to a waiter and says, "I'm looking for Fight Club." And the waiter says, "But sir, you are Fight Club."
Now that's a spoiler, though.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin Fight Club for anyone that hasn't seen it. Or when Timothy Chalamet says, "I am Dune."
Never saw Dune. No, it's on your bookcase. I'm sorry.
You can borrow it if you want.
No.
Margot Robbie says, "Who are you guys?" And Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt both say, "We're Once Upon a Time in Hollywood." This is the peak of comedy, is you take a TV show title or a movie title that's not a name, and you take a character whose name is not the title, and you make them say the title. And this is just like ruined media for me. This is just rattling around in my brain that this is like funny to some people.
You see
at some
everything
point in
through
time.
this lens now, basically.
I'm Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Do you think the beginning of this was that meme where it's that Hugh Jackman robot movie, Chappie? And then it's a scene from Chappie, and then it's James Gandolfini pointing at the screen going, "That's Chappie."
I think so, yeah. And
I think that did well, and people were like, "Let's cut out the middleman."
Exactly. One funny tweet rises to the surface, and a bunch of crap floats up.
America. Biden's America, dude.
Who are you? I'm No Country for Old. Like, I don't know why. It's just so like, it's so dumb that I feel like I looked into the Ark of the Covenant, and instead of my face melting off, like my brain just sort of leaked out of my ears.
We're just kind of annoyed. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, they just opened the Ark of the Covenant. They're like, oh,
Because and so the tweet that you're referencing that I tweeted about the other day is like the newest villain in Stranger Things. I just watched Stranger Things, and I'm just like, there's the strange thing.
finally.
There he is. There's the strange thing.
Took them long enough.
Only thing
Yeah,
stranger
how many-
than Indiana, am I right?
So true.
That's what time.
Chicago rules. Fuck Indiana.
How many Twitter likes am I going to get for the... Oh, 12? Okay, well, I guess I'm not that fucking funny, am I?
Dude, I'll take 12 any day. At LeBron_EAMES.
We'll take it.
Anyway, my punishment is do over the movies and just make that the names of the characters. I don't care.
Or we got to change our names to Thought
ruin
Cops.
every movie.
We're Thought Cops now. We're just
Fine, do that too, but ruin every movie. Just because everyone ruined movies and TV shows for me.
Everybody must suffer because
Everybody
you are.
suffers because I'm a little bit annoyed.
It's only fair.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
What have you got for us? 2 minutes of hate.
So
Happy. Sorry.
I was made aware of a TikTok recorded by a child, and I do want to acknowledge that first and foremost. You know, I don't think this individual deserves hate. I'm more upset by, the culture that permeates through this TikTok. But Sarah Squirm, or Sarah Sherman, SNL cast member, former Chicago comic,
Yes.
super talented.
Yes.
She had a show at the Kennedy Center recently, and following the show, like the next day or something, a child, a teenager, probably like could vote.
Okay, because I was imagining an 8-year-old with a lollipop and a spinny hat.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you're talking about a child on TikTok. I'm imagining just like anyone that's of age to hold a phone in their
Most
hand,
TikTok
which
users.
is any age.
Goo Goo Gaga, here you go. Make a fucking profile.
Yeah, recording with their parents' iPad. They raised them.
Yeah.
And so this kid was had attended the Sarah Squirm show at the Kennedy Center, and then the whole TikTok was like, so I saw Sarah Squirm at the Kennedy Center. You might know Sarah from SNL, but she has a mullet and she dresses queer, but she's actually not queer. And then it went into something about the material where it was like she came out and was actually saying that banning abortion is good because sex is gross. And like, it's that thing where someone who isn't funny gives an unfunny explanation of a good joke.
Was this supposed to be like, I'm
mad and offended by this?
Oh, okay. So
that's the tone of the whole thing.
Okay,
it's like,
cool.
it's a literally like come for her ability to make a living. Like let's gather, mobilize the masses of 19-year-olds on
TikTok. Did
TikTok.
This gain traction?
Yes. Yeah.
As it was gaining traction, what were the responses? Were people on board or were people not on board?
Do you know that
I have
thing
a
where
semi sort of counter example and like the aftermath of that counter example, but I want the
this
full
is
story.
like the sea shanties thing.
So I don't spend time on TikTok.
Kevin, don't throw a gun in this apartment. It's
I know. I don't throw. This is a nice apartment. The last apartment I was allowed to throw things and scream. Not anymore. I got to
like break a window.
Yeah, I got to.
The only time I really interact with TikToks is on Twitter. I have a TikTok because I'm a comedian and I'm like legally required to post shit on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
But I venture in and I throw the video up and then I leave. So I saw the TikTok on Twitter. So if it made it onto Twitter, I'm assuming it did. You know, it only got like 9 million views on TikTok.
Oh, that's it.
And
she's fine.
So yeah, I mean, obviously seeing it in the like comedian pocket of Twitter was mostly like right. And then I guess that brings me to my greater overall point. I don't understand why these people pay money to go to comedy shows, and this is like a played out SJWs are annoying thing. Like I'm not going to waste your guys' time talking about it. But yeah, I saw that, and it's when people have like the kind of autism that isn't fun, you know, like instead of counting the number of trains in the Mission Impossible trailer 3, you just go to a comedy show. Like I can't wait to agree with everything. So my punishment, that was me cocking a water gun, is she has to be a comedian now. So that's the worst punishment I could possibly hand out.
We've done that as a that's like the end of Aladdin, where like he wishes that he could be the genie, and then the bracelets go on his arm, and then he gets sucked into the.
Also, like Sarah Squirm dresses like a clown.
Yeah,
are clowns queer coded?
Yeah, exactly. Like you see Sarah Squirm in like suspenders and balloon pants, and like. And also, like, Sarah Squirm does, like, body horror comedy.
Yeah,
so
we
it's
used to see, like, Helltrap Nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sarah fucking rocks, but it's just the idea of seeing Sarah Squirm and being like, lesbian, yes. Like, that's...
Also, mullet. I didn't realize... Do
you realize how many college-age frat dudes currently have mullets? Like,
or just, like, people... Like, that is, like, a resurging... Like, the 80s are back in town, whatever. You know,
yeah,
like,
Stranger Things is... Yeah.
The 80s are back in the 2000s. Now they're back in the 2020s. They're never going away.
I can't wait to vote for Reagan again. Let's go.
I saw a video where I was going to try and add to it, and I had nothing. So
it's just one of. I am not a Republican. People of Thought Cops. I just want that on the record. I'm wearing a Grateful Dead shirt, not an undercover cop.
Peace and love, baby.
Peace and love.
I saw a video where someone on TikTok was trying to argue that Tom Holland and Zendaya were like queer coded, that they were like a straight queer couple, and everyone was just like, this is not like there's
so
actual gay people out there. Like this is not
seriously.
And then everyone was just like, hey, this like doesn't make sense because she's like taller than like this doesn't make she had her hand around his hip like. This isn't a thing. This is a straight couple. They're not in any other way. And then this person like just kept like doubling down and just got like raked through the internet. And it's just like what's the argument to be made here? Or like the video that you said that you saw. It's just like, do you think that this is like helping people? Are these the people that we need to go after? Sarah Squirm, not like the Supreme Court justices. We don't need to go after them. That's already taken care of. We need to go after a person with a haircut.
I mean, those guys are wearing dresses, which that's kind of queer coded.
Which guys?
The Supreme Court. Let's do it. Somebody do a TikTok video about those guys. They need to be taken down a peg.
I wonder if I wonder if like the billionaire elite were ever like this close to giving us free healthcare and then saw a video of someone being like, dogs can be doctors. And it's like, all right, fine, never mind.
Get that dog in a fucking coat right now.
We were this close.
Dogs can be mayors.
God, I wish. No,
there are towns where dogs are mayors.
We gotta go.
I don't
Chicago's
really
one
get
of them.
that. I feel like that was a 2 minutes of hate a long time ago. Dog mayors.
You know what? You're probably right.
Lori Lightfoot went on stage at Pride and said,
I would definitely
Clarence
rather
Thomas.
have a dog mayor than Lori Lightfoot.
A Cocker Spaniel in charge. That's a candidate that has my vote.
Big asteroid 2020. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Kevin, what's your 2 minutes?
My 2 minutes of hate this week. Fuck it. I'm going to do the one I came up with last week. Spiritual successor. This came to me in a vision during a conversation last week on Thought Cops.
This show that you can listen to if you go to Thought
You can
Cops.
hear my whole thought process on that episode. But anyway, a spiritual successor is a type of sequel that is not a part of the same world or story as its predecessor, but is nonetheless considered to be a successor because it shares common themes, styles, and elements. In other words, it's a sequel, quote, in spirit. Stop this.
just make a movie.
These have existed for a long time. You just mean in general?
I don't like it. This is a spiritual successor to. I'm for some reason the first one that pops in my head is I remember when Samurai Champloo came out. Everybody's like, oh, this is the spiritual successor to Cowboy Bebop.
Right.
It's a spiritual sequel to Cowboy Bebop. It's because it has the same staff, but they're two different things. Why can't we just have Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo?
So that'd be like if...
why can't we just have Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG? Two different things. Sorry, Leo.
That'd be like if someone was like, wait, what's a good... no, that's a bad example. What's a good... that'd be like if someone was like, Finnegan's Wake is a spiritual sequel to Ulysses because James Joyce wrote both.
I got another one that's more relatable for our audiences.
I got an English degree that landed with
Dad
me.
is a spiritual successor to a Family Guy. Get the fuck out of here. They're two different shows. They're both awesome.
Of course you're angry about that.
Yeah.
Is this what caused this? Were you like, I'm tired of people saying that American Dad is... American Dad can't touch Family Guy.
You just say American Guy?
American Guy.
I'm about to leave. No.
This week's guest is American Guy. My dad is, I think my dad gets points. He likes American Dad more than Family Guy.
Wow.
There are those people.
They do exist.
Yeah. He thinks Roger is so goddamn funny. And he compares Roger to Brian.
Was
It's
Roger
just like
the
Roger's
goldfish?
good and Roger's the alien.
Oh, the alien. Yeah, Klaus was the goldfish, right, Grant?
Yes.
I don't know. I hated those shows.
Anywho.
I disliked Family Guy enough.
Mhm.
I liked it when it was good.
Yeah.
Which is when it came out.
When was that?
When
Yeah.
I was like 10 years old, I was like, ha.
Eh.
And then they were like, oh, we're doing another one called American Dad. And I was like, this is makes me sad.
Well, I remember
As a 12-year-old.
American Dad came out because Family Guy got canceled, and it was like, okay, cool, we have more of that kind of thing.
Is that why they should have canceled American Dad?
I don't believe American Dad came out after Family Guy's cancellation. I think it came out after Family Guy got brought back due to record DVD sales.
I think it was here's
they were like, Seth MacFarlane, when he fucked up, here's 4 TV shows.
Sorry that you almost died in 9/11.
Hey, things would have been different if I had been on that
You
plane.
heard about that, right? Like he almost
he missed a flight.
He was hungover and missed his flight.
Do you know how many people were hungover and missed the 9/11 flight?
I found out on Father's Day this year, there's a famous picture in my family of my dad at prom, and he's got hair down to here. He looks like Jimmy Page in some insane suit.
Uh-huh.
And it's Father's Day morning, and I'm like, I'll post on Instagram, hey, happy Father's Day to this legend. And I go, hey, Dad, can I post this on Instagram? And he goes, well, you might want to crop my date out. And I was like, oh, is Mom going to get jealous? And he's like, no, she died on 9/11. So at 31, I found out my dad's high school girlfriend died on 9/11. So she... in the building.
Wow.
Yeah. So... Fun little anecdote for the folks at Thought Cops.
I'm
Thanks for
sad
having me.
now and don't want to continue with the show.
No, let's just get back to the
It
discourse.
could have been Seth MacFarlane.
Listen. Family Guy was canceled too soon on Fox. It was revived on Adult Swim and then had DVD sales and had a resurgence in popularity because they were booming, and everybody's like, why did Family Guy get canceled? And then they got a new series greenlit called American Dad, and then that was doing well. And at the same time, they also got Family Guy was brought back on Fox and Adult Swim, the network who brought it back to life. And then we had those shows, and then obviously a few years later, those shows were so successful. Our own Cleveland Brown got his own show called The Cleveland Show.
The Cleveland Show is a Christmas episode that's a parody of Die Hard that I would stack up against almost any TV show. It's fucking tremendous.
My name is Cleveland Brown.
Worst theme song ever. The worst theme song ever.
That is
anyway, spiritual successors.
Jason Sudeikis is one of like the permanent voices.
So is David Lynch.
It's incredible.
David Lynch is the bartender. What the fuck?
I think the Cleveland Show is tied to Scientology in some way. It has to be.
So do you think that they shouldn't make spiritual successors, or that if someone makes something that they shouldn't be, I shouldn't call it that?
I don't like the term. I don't like the term because it's like people have to link two things together when they don't need to be linked together.
So you want to go to urbandictionary.com/spiritual-successors and you want to just delete the webpage.
That is correct. Yes, that is my punishment. I will be hacking in. Somebody give me the password to that website. I'm going to go ahead and strike that from the record because I don't like it. It's stupid. It's annoying and it irritates me.
He's going to fly 2 planes into that page of urbandictionary.com.
The spiritual successor to 9/11.
Anybody remember that video that was like the mattress sale? And it was like the woman falls backwards onto the mattresses.
Yeah.
Or she like knocks 2 guys onto the mattresses and they fall. And it's whatever.
Anywho, if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment. Now we have a returning story this week, or at least a continuation of an old story. Spiritual successor, some might say. This week,
you're canceled.
Ted Cruz is feuding with Sesame Street again. I know all our listeners are rolling their eyes. They're like, I can't believe it. Ted Cruz and Elmo going at it once more. That's right,
folks. Well, it
folks.
was Big Bird before because Big Bird got vaccinated against the bird flu.
Right. And now, however, this time, Elmo is getting vaccinated for the coronavirus 19.
So are we going to watch Elmo?
We're going to watch a little Elmo.
Elmo get vaccinated for an episode. We're going to watch some baby shows tonight.
So guys, strap in.
Everyone in the Discord, please ask your parents if you're allowed to watch this.
Yeah, pause the episode.
I wish I had some weed right now. You know, some marijuana that I could do while I was watching this. So I would be like, well, look, dude, these puppets are talking to each other.
Have you ever watched Sesame Street? On weed.
Anyway,
Jon Stewart's greatest role.
Here's some talking puppets. High or not, here they are.
Now Daddy has super duper bandages just like Elmo.
You were super duper today getting your COVID vaccine, Elmo.
Yeah,
he sounds like Peter Griffin.
But it was okay. Elmo was really glad to have Daddy and Baby David there with him. Baby David, where are you?
I had a lot of questions about Elmo getting the COVID vaccine. Was it safe? Was it the right decision? I talked to our pediatrician so I could make the right choice. I learned that Elmo getting vaccinated is the best way to keep himself, our friends, neighbors, and everyone else healthy and enjoying the things they love.
Oh, Daddy! Oh, Elmo and Baby David have a question. Can we have a hug?
Oh, come here, son.
Elmo loves you, Daddy.
I love you, too.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
Well, anyway, if anybody's still listening,
that was adorable.
This is so much better than when
Cruz quote. We did it.
This is so much better than the Family Guy PSA about.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Have you seen that one, Joe?
No.
Let's pull that up. We gotta watch.
We gotta watch the Family Guy now.
My immediate notes on the or immediate thoughts, I should say,
are why do we keep talking about Family Guy? I don't know. I don't have an answer.
I'm into
what
it.
They want.
I exacerbated the Family Guy talk earlier, so I'm here for it. But Elmo's dad, if you're not seeing the video, Elmo's dad has like a soul patch.
Yeah,
he looks like a child support dad who's like a struggling artist and also a heroin addict. And then he just kind of pops in and he's like, I was talking to my pediatrician the other day.
Yeah, sure.
Were you guys surprised?
Stick needles in your kids' arms.
Were you guys surprised that Elmo has a father?
Have you seen Elmo's dad before?
No, I thought Elmo was like 35.
No, Elmo is infinitely 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I think, Big Bird's like 4?
Not my head, Kenny.
No, he's...
And then Snuffleupagus is 75 and wants to kill himself.
No, he's been around since 2006.
His name's Louie.
Dude, he wears a fucking Adidas track jacket with the 3 stripes. This guy's cool as fuck. He plays saxophone.
He's really cool. He did masturbate in front of a bunch of women, but aside from that, that's the darkest part of Sesame Street lore.
Oh, Louie, I get it.
Thank you.
Because for a second I thought you were talking about the guy that voiced Elmo. Like, do y'all remember that? There was like some weird controversy about
cinematic parallels, perhaps.
Maybe. Oh wait, I saw a documentary about that. I saw a trailer for a documentary, which means I saw it.
I gleaned enough information.
I believe the guy who voices Elmo is a person of color, and for that reason, there are no allegations towards him, in my opinion.
Was it Kevin Clash or something? Is that what it said?
Doesn't matter anyway. This guy's got a cool jacket, and he takes care of his son and got him the COVID vaccine. And Ted Cruz is once again arguing with puppets. Hey, Ted Cruz, why don't you take the hand out of your ass, sir?
Got him. So Ted Cruz quote retweeted the Sesame Street account and said, "Thanks, Sesame Street, for saying parents are allowed to have questions. You then..." Wait, can you go back to that?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that I was doing that in the middle of you reading that. My bad.
I assumed you had just memorized Ted Cruz's Twitter.
No. Also, for like a split second, Grant, when you had this
in the
window
words
open,
of Ted Cruz.
It says like the relevant people on the side. I thought it said Ted Cruz, and there was a button for follow back. Like for like a split second, I'm going, wait, Ted Cruz follows Grant?
He follows 4 accounts. And it's
Grant Mooney?
It's just the two of you, the Thought Cops Twitter account, and Nick Mullen.
He follows 5,000 people, so I mean, it could be possible.
That's a high number.
A friend of mine who mostly tweets about like the Blackhawks suck and my ass smells bad. He's followed by Barack Obama because Obama is like follows like
he just follows
random accounts.
People,
if you had a Twitter in 2008, like Barack Obama follows you.
He was just trying to get like he's like, hey guys, I'm trying to get the job. Follow me back.
Yep.
Anyway, they said Ted Cruz says, "Thanks Sesame Street for saying parents are allowed to have questions. You then have Elmo aggressive."
Wait, hold on. Let me just pause you real quick. He says that you then have @Elmo, so he's tagging Elmo,
and just so Elmo can see this and be like dragged across coals.
Just so a 24-year-old NYU grad can be what do I do for work? I run Elmo's Twitter account, and it sucks 364 days a year.
Grim.
And then one day Ted Cruz tags me in a tweet. Anyways,
so that Elmo gets all the notifications. Elmo's really like the Kevin of Sesame Street.
Yeah. So they says you then have @Elmo aggressively advocate for vaccinated children under 5, but you cite 0 scientific evidence for this. Learn more, and he links to his own website.
That's pretty good. Learn more about the COVID vaccine at tedcruz.gov.
Okay. Anyway, that's
again,
it's good television.
All I can say is this is what like politics is now.
Yeah.
You know, just like I don't know what the Supreme Court is and what they're doing, but just like I can't believe that on Sesame Street these puppets told people that racism was bad. I am livid with Big Bird and his imaginary friend Snuffleupagus.
Linking to my own website. Check it out. Funny if it was like a GeoCities website though. TedCruz.angelfire.com.
I like how Ted Cruz is someone who like you can't even ironically like him. Like there's no even with like Trump and like some other Republicans where I'm like, of course they are bad and they're bad for us. And I don't actually like them. But it is fun occasionally to be like, LOL, that owns when like someone. Right. Ted Cruz has never approached cool. Like he's never ventured near interesting. And the fact that he beat Jimmy Kimmel in a game of pickup basketball means Jimmy Kimmel should not be allowed on television.
Yeah, they should have fired him then on the spot. Yeah. What about the time Ted Cruz grew that hunky beard? Remember that?
It looks like increasingly shitty.
It's great too because like all the like the fan art where like
art?
Well, no, because people would be like,
don't search Ted Cruz on DeviantArt.
Rule 34, Ted Cruz.
But no, did you remember seeing like Republicans like being like, everyone keeps making fun of Trump's hair. What if he did this? And then it's bald Trump with like a perfect sick Clooney beard.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So it's like people love like fascinating about old white guy politicians being like, but what if he was super hot?
Well, what if Trump got a fade?
That was what's that one political cartoonist that we never see him anymore because he was taken off Twitter?
Garrison?
Ben Garrison. Yeah. Always drew Trump as just like this chiseled Chad, just like Homelander from fucking The Boys.
Yeah. Truly incredible levels of dick riding.
For real.
It's just like, I will make you a golden god. Oh, that was so good. Sorry.
Anyway,
let's punish Ted though here. Ted, come on, man! I think talking to cartoons.
We pull the hand out of his ass. I think.
Hey, pull the hand out of your ass. Whose hand is up there? I wonder. Mr. Donald Trump. Huh?
I mean,
who's the puppet now?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Let's move on to our last story of the episode here.
Speaking of puppets,
Chris Pratt says his Mario voice for the upcoming Super Mario movie is, quote, unlike anything you've heard in the Mario world before. What do you guys think that means? It's unlike anything you've heard in the Mario world before.
Maybe he actually speaks Italian.
Yeah, so that's where I'm kind of at. I'm a little torn because on one hand, I love making fun of Italians.
Yes.
On the other hand,
you love Mario. We all love Mario.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pro Mario. I don't want Mario to be besmirched, but I also I'm kind of I find myself defending Chris Pratt sometimes, just because I get.
You don't need to. He's a millionaire, a multi-millionaire.
No,
you don't need to.
I find myself defending. When people like go after. It's like you're not hanging out with him. Like, do you like the stuff he makes? Cool, that's fine. So yeah, I hope he does something incredible with it. But on the other hand, I hope it is just the most offensive Italian accent in the history of film.
Let me get this straight. You guys think that the animated Mario movie by Illumination Studios, the creators of Minions: Rise of Gru, is going to be fully subtitled in English and fully voiced in Italian?
Yeah, Chris Pratt went full method and learned Italian.
So Charlie Day is going to be Luigi also speaking in Italian?
Yeah.
I forgot he's in that until now. Who else?
I forgot the whole cast, but
Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong. Whatever.
Daniel Day-Lewis is Bowser, I believe.
Yeah, no, he was fucking Jack Black. Remember that?
Yeah. Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong.
Do you remember getting excited about like the Lion King like cast for all like the voice acting, and then it was just an absolute piece of shit movie?
You mean like the newest one? Yeah. I was not excited about that at all. I'm glad to see like some good representation and whatnot.
Yeah, I was like, oh cool, Eric
I thought it was cool as far as just how big the names were. It wasn't so much speaking to the quality of the product, but it was like wow, they got
names
Beyonce.
Are just like ruining movies lately. Like I feel like voice actors and actors used to be two different jobs, and now it's just like, how many celebrities can we get in this film? And it's just like, but the writing isn't good. You spent your whole budget on you got Patrick Stewart to play the poop emoji, and you blew all your money.
That movie,
you didn't pay your writers anything.
So good.
We reviewed that movie for our Patreon show once.
You guys watched them?
Yeah, I remember I watched it and I set up my phone and I had Instagram Live like in front of me, just like stone face watching like the Emoji Movie is. Like the sound is just like playing.
Your parents text you asking how everything's going, and you're like, I'll reply to that
comedy.
later. Oh, goddamn.
And then it just talks about his other jobs. But I also, I read another.
Well, see, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, you were talking about Mario.
My theory to this is that Chris Pratt's just going to use his Chris Pratt voice.
Yeah,
as Mario.
Yeah,
Luigi, what the heck are you doing?
Wow, that's incredible, Luigi.
Yeah,
like that, just like the Andy Dwyer voice.
I could also see that, like the sound, or like the quote they used for the headline. I could very much see Chris Pratt being like, yeah, it's going to be like nothing you've ever heard before. Knowing full well that he did zero voice inflection whatsoever.
Yeah.
Are they?
And then he just figured out, wow.
Which is right, because he doesn't have half the range of Charles Martinet.
Not at all. Here's the question that I have. Do you think that they're going to play are they going to show us a trailer of the Mario voice before the movie, or are all the trailers for the movie just going to be shots of the movie and then we don't get to hear Mario's voice until the movie comes out?
I think we're going to hear it because they made such a big deal of the casting.
Yeah.
We're going to it's going to be like another, remember how big that was when that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're going to do that again, but it's going to be like just every fucking boom, 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 celebrity.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a black screen and just in a world.
Yeah. In a world with mushrooms and Koopas.
I've been playing a lot of Mario Party and Kart lately on Switch.
Classics.
Yeah. I'm hopefully this doesn't get me thrown off the pod, but never been a big gamer. So that's kind of where I fall at the end of the day.
I'm like a reluctant gamer. Like I like the games. The culture I'm not so into.
No, the culture's terrible.
I never got deep enough in it. What I do to play video games, because I had like a PlayStation 2 like junior high.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, since then, the only time I have a video game system, feel free to steal this, listeners of Thought Cops. You could just go to Walmart and buy whatever video game system they have and then play the fuck out of it for 29 days. And then you get all your money back when you return it on day 30.
Here's another thing. If you get away with stealing, that you don't have to return it.
If you find a receipt on the ground, you can't walk into Walmart and take everything on that receipt. So
you can just buy a receipt paper printer.
That's
you
true.
just walk right past the senior citizen they place by the doors to get sick in the wintertime.
Also, if you have access to a gun, all of this gets way easier. You could just kind of
one
walk
of these, folks. One of these green Thought Cop squirt guns. To be clear,
Thought Cops does not advocate.
I want to talk more about Chris Pratt because we've talked a decent amount about Chris Pratt. And I don't know why, but his name keeps coming up.
It's because he's voicing Mario. He's voicing Garfield.
Let's be honest, because he's Christian. Okay, you all just hate him because he loves God.
Guilty.
And he loves America. And you know what? They're going to be throwing people in jail for loving America soon. They're going to, I love America so. You're going to be standing for the pledge. They're going to take that hand over your heart. They're going to slap some handcuffs on it and haul you away. That's why people hate Chris Pratt. And so he was talking to Men's Health about the public backlash he received.
I'm on page 11 of the same issue. Feel free to.
I think that we talked a little bit about when he posted a picture that was like, find someone who looks at you the way my wife looks at me, and it's him smiling. Yeah, we talked about that a while ago. And he said something else about he had a different picture that was like, I love you. I'm so thankful for my wife. She gave me a beautiful, healthy daughter. And everyone was like, hey, don't you have a special needs daughter at home? Why did you specifically say the word healthy?
That's weird.
So he said, he said, it really fucking bothered me, dude. I cried about it. This is the voice of Mario, by the way. It really fucking bothered me, dude.
Pratt told Men's Health.
I cried about it.
He says, I was like, I hate that these blessings in my life are, to the people close to me, a real burden.
I didn't know I would kind of frick.
Well, you're not going to be voicing Mario, so
it's hard,
Never
man.
say never.
I could never be the voice of Mario, but I'm going to try. I didn't know that I could I didn't know I would kind of become the face of religion when I'm not a religious person. Which is weird because that's the whole thing that people are like, oh, they hate him because he's a Christian. And it's like, I don't know if any... And he's like, I'm not. It's like, what's
he's just
going
like throwing
on?
it under the bus.
Who cares about any of this? Where are all the Chris Pratt stands being, actually... oftentimes appropriating... Wow, here... I think there's this distinction between religious... I'm just going to put this over here. I don't know if this is contributing to this or not, but I'm just going to push the bottle away.
Something we should all do from time to time.
I think there's a distinction between being religious, adhering to the customs created by man, oftentimes appropriating the awe reserved for who I believe is a very real God. See, it's the language like that, sir.
Capital
and
G.
using it to control people, take money from people, to abuse children, to steal land, to justify hatred.
Does Thought Cops not believe in the Almighty?
We are open-minded. Basically,
I'm an agnostic.
See what happens. So
Yeah.
we're waiting to see what shakes out, basically.
Lord, I will pray for my colleagues here on Thought Cops.
Are you talking to the singer?
Yeah. I'm talking to Australian pop star Lorde.
Are you talking to the dad in South Park? Yeah, that's it. Hey, South Park, one of my favorite animes of all time.
That's good. I don't care who you are. That's funny.
Right after Family Guy, my two favorite animes.
They do have an anime episode, which is pretty fucking
And
fantastic.
you know what? South Park was one of the first to like do a really funny anime parody ever.
Is that your Key to the City? Should we move on to Key to the City?
Well, let's punish Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt. Just do the fucking Mario voice. Like this is like worse.
More
than,
like Chris Pratt. So let's light him on fire.
This is like worse than Jared Leto teasing that stupid Joker voice.
Oh, that was so
like
fucking
Chris
bad.
Pratt is teasing this Mario voice. Like we're all waiting for the second coming of hell. I'll say it, Christ.
Or like Chris.
Powerful.
More like a Chris Pratt. I think I'm starting to see the similarities. Anywho, like you said, Grant, let's move on to something nice, something swell. That's right. It's Thought Cop's Key to the City. We're like to give a key to our fair city of Neo Chicago to something nice, something swell, something cool we saw this week. My key to the city goes to Cumtown.
Hey.
Rest in peace. Thanks for the laughs, folks. Now,
Did it end or did they just...
It's the Adam Friedland show now, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
They legit like just did a name.
I think as of like
change
today,
and
yeah.
rebrand.
I don't know if it's going to stick, but yeah, as of today. Gustav left. Shout out Stav. And
rest in peace.
They're doing something different
If
now.
you haven't watched Stav's special on his YouTube page, it is really funny and you should watch it.
That was my key to the city a few episodes ago. Very fucking funny.
Yeah, really good. Like a flat crowd. Like I was underwhelmed by the response a lot of his jokes got, but the material is tremendous. And yeah, Stav's a great comic and a super nice guy. I got to meet him one time. Really nice dude. So shout out Stav. Good for you.
Joe, what's your key to the city this week? Something nice, something cool, something swell?
I would like to talk about Keegan the Bicycle Comedian.
Keegan the Bicycle Comedian.
For those of you,
he does comedy on a bicycle, or he does comedy only about bicycles.
The latter. So he's.
I was afraid you were going to say both.
Yeah,
I was terrified of the power of this man.
So I will just explain who Keegan is, and I'll get this out of the way. I don't know Keegan well. From everything I've been told, extremely nice guy.
Chicago comic,
extremely nice guy. So not someone who deserves to be ridiculed or anything. But I will explain objectively who he is. He is a Chicago comedian who calls himself Keegan the Bicycle Comedian, and he performs every set wearing a helmet and wrist guards. And his entire act is bike puns and bike-related humor.
Have you watched? Have you seen Home Movies?
Oh, on Adult Swim.
Yeah. Where Coach McGurk like goes into an open mic as like the soccer coach.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's shockingly similar.
Right.
Less depth, if I'm being honest. It's straight up. I mean, it's It's mostly puns, and from a grown man wearing a helmet and wrist guards. Again, very nice guy from what I've been told. Keegan was on America's Got Talent this week.
Really?
He was on national television. And so
That's
first
incredible.
of all, key to the city for Keegan for making it on America's Got Talent.
Yeah, for real.
Good for you. It didn't go super well. I'm not enjoying that much. I will say when Simon Cowell hit the buzzer after his first joke, and that is like the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
Bloody horrible.
It was his first joke was
Is that a Philadelphia accent, Kevin?
Yeah.
yeah. His first joke was he went on stage, and obviously like America's Got Talent, you all know, we all watch it weekly.
Every Monday or Tuesday or whatever day it's on. Yeah.
Yeah, I watch it every Tuesday night, and then I go to my job at the cardboard box factory in the morning. But
did you see it?
I mean, you're a nobody at the water cooler if you missed AGT. But he went up, and his first joke was, I was on a date the other day, and this girl asked me what I do for a living, and I told her that I'm a comedian who tells jokes about bicycles. So I'm single. And
that feels like a very Chicago comedian.
The "so I'm single" punchline is like,
yeah.
If I hear one out in the wild, I'm like, holy shit! I actually just heard a "so I'm single."
My people.
Yeah, it's like wow, it's just unbelievably hack. Nicest guy. So he said, "So I'm single," and Simon Cowell hits the buzzer, and it's fucking. So he proceeds to just like he gets like booed. The last person to hit the buzzer is Sofia Vergara, which if I bombed in front of Sofia Vergara, I would kill myself on national television. And
he didn't, did he?
He did not. He's alive, and he's really excited about it. And so here's where I believe he deserves the key to the city. It did not go well for him. A lot of that could be editing, but yeah, he got 4 no's, and that was it. The next comedian was a Brooklyn comedian named Mr. Pants. And I swear to fucking God, he comes out and he's just wearing a big pair of pants costume. Like clearly costs money because it's, the waistline with the belt and everything is above his head. His face is coming out of the zipper. This thing is not cheap. And he comes out and he does the same fucking thing, but instead of bikes, it's pants.
Incredible.
And Howie Mandel is like, this guy's a genius. Like he made it to the next round. He got everything short of a standing ovation. I will say, I don't know how much of that is like editing magic.
It's all who you know.
Well,
it's all networking.
When
Mr.
it comes
Pants
to,
probably knows Mr. Shirt.
I think it's a bias towards coastal elites like Brooklyn and LA hack alt comics. But yeah, so it's my key to the city goes to Keegan the Bicycle Comedian because I believe there was a conspiracy to make a Chicago alt comedian who only tells jokes while wearing a bicycle helmet and telling jokes about bicycles to bomb, and then have him followed by a Brooklyn comedian who spent more money on a pants costume and tells alt puns about pants, and have him getting a standing. Watching it truly made me feel like I have schizophrenia. And
yeah, I'm starting to feel that.
It really bothered me. So, I want this on the record. Fuck Mr. Pants.
Fuck Mr. Pants.
Key to the city. Keegan the Bicycle Comedian. Way to go out there and represent Chicago on national television. Good for you, man.
I'm changing my 2 minutes of hate. Mr. Pants, I got your number, sir.
I'm
I'll
not
see you in court.
My 2 minutes of hate felt a little forced because I was like, well, I'm not going to ask them to combine the two, but that's exactly how I feel. Key to the city to Keegan the Bicycle Comedian for going out there, putting on for Chicago. 2 minutes of hate, Mr. Pants. I bet your dad paid for those fucking pants. You suck. I got a split. Kill yourself. I hate Mr. Pants. Keegan the Bicycle Comedian for life.
Kick him right in the head, which is also his dick.
We got to get Keegan the Bicycle Comedian on this show.
He's, from everything I've been told, a wonderfully nice guy, and I think he'd be a great addition to the
I ride a
Thought
bicycle.
Cops vibe.
I mean, hopefully it'll be mostly, bike-centered stories and 2 minutes of hate. But yeah, we'll try to get him on.
Yeah, his 2 minutes of hate would just be crosswalks.
Yeah. Hate him. Right there with you, man.
Ubers in the bike lane.
Honestly, good commitment to the bit.
Yeah. So shout out to Keegan the Bicycle Comedian.
Great. What do you got for us?
My key to the city this week goes to, hold on, I need my glasses here. I can't. Like, I pretend that my vision's fine and it's not, but I just don't wear glasses. And then people are like, what does that say? And I'm like, I don't know. Do I need to know? But for right now, I need to know because I need to read this link. I
can't read a word of that because I did not bring my glasses because I brought sunglasses and I don't like having both. So
I get that. No transitions for you.
No, I'm not. I'm unlike most of your Discord. I do not own transition lenses.
They're awesome. All do. They all own transition. My key to the city this week goes, once again, I don't know if this was it before, but it goes to donationsforabortion.com where you can look up abortion funds in every state. I will put the link to that in the show bio once again at the bottom. So if you would like to...
Yeah, we got fun little bios you can read every episode.
Yeah, do that. Click the links. Follow the guests if you would like to. That'd be very nice. And do this because the Supreme Court keeps making very bad decisions, and it's going to get worse. And these people are on there for the rest of their lives. And most of them are pretty young now.
Maybe they'll get COVID.
Donations for abortion, the number 4.com. That's my key to the city this week. It's got every fund from every state. It's just a big list. And yeah, I don't know. Fuck the Supreme Court. I don't know. Yeah.
May I add to that?
Yeah.
Since because that's a great key to the city. Somber beginning to this, but I promise there's a greater overall tone. Nick Nemiroff, a terrific Toronto-based comic, passed away earlier this week. Unbelievably funny dude. His album, The Pursuit of Comedy, has ruined my life. One of my favorite comedy albums of the last 5+ years. He passed away 32. Tremendously funny guy. Key to the city to all of his loved ones and friends. Because one of the things that happens when a really, truly funny person passes away is like, obviously, we all celebrate the material. But the best is just the stories of like who they were off stage. Everything ranging from like the sweetest, most generous person ever to like a really hilarious, mean story. I love all of it. It really makes you feel like you knew the person aside from just like being Twitter friends or whatever. And so, yeah, just sending love to the whole Toronto comedy scene, to his friends and families. And the reason you reminded me is his family did ask that in if you want to do anything on his behalf, donate to Planned Parenthood. It's one of the last things he did. That's what they asked people to do to show support. So, yeah. Shout out to Nick Nemiroff and all Canadian comedians.
Some of the best come out of Canada, in my opinion.
Yep, would agree.
Many of the best. So yeah, we'll include links to all that in the episode description below. So scroll on down to that. Thought Cop's word of the week, we already said it. It was spiritual successor. I already defined it as well. So before we get to our last segment of the show, which is our listener voicemails, Joe, if you also want to plug where we can find you and your wonderful content on the internet.
Yeah. So my Twitter's really I Twitter. It's at LeBron_EAMES. It's pronounced Ames. But Instagram is like the important thing. So that's just _Joe_EAMES. And yeah, if you live in Chicago and want to come to a show, just follow me on Instagram. I'm always posting dates there.
Humble Jungle.
Yeah, come to the Humble Jungle. That's the important one. So follow that, buy tickets. Or Room 13 Comedy. There's another show I produce. It's in Lakeview. It's in like a little speakeasy bar. So that's the first Wednesday of every month. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. But follow Thought Cops. Obviously, you already do. You're listening, but
assholes, you haven't followed us yet. We've been doing this for 5 years. Pieces of shit.
Speaking of, Grant, if you want to leave us a voicemail, give us a call. Our phone number is 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Hit it.
Hey there, guys. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Grant. It's me again. The Twitch channel.
Mm-hmm.
I've been good since, we last talked a couple months ago. I brought up some games that maybe we could put on and play. Mm-hmm. I really didn't think it would take too long to put it in and entertain your fans. And
Yeah, no, keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And their bits.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of sitting back going, I don't think Kevin finished his game of Earthbound.
I did beat Earthbound.
I don't think Grant finished his Flash games of yore.
Is that true?
I was thinking
you can't
maybe
finish a Flash game.
Maybe
they're just Flash games. You just play them.
You can play a little Mario or maybe Frogger or Pong.
Yeah, these are all the names of games. Yes.
Guys, I'm over here dying. You're not getting any subscribers by not playing games. It's not how you grow your channel.
Wait, Dad?
Anyways, I just want to call and say I miss you guys. Hopefully one day I go live again and, entertain the masses.
Yeah, this guy live. And
if you're busy, I understand. You got lives and jobs and girlfriends.
This is our Twitch channel that called us.
No one watching.
Twitch.tv/ThoughtCops gave us an old ring on the telephone.
This is the guy who runs Twitch.
Yeah, this is Jeff Bezos called us.
Wait, does Amazon own Twitch?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, thank you for reminding us we do have a Twitch channel, I guess.
Thank you.
I did notice this microphone is an Amazon microphone, so.
It's Amazon Basic.
No, that's the cable.
The cable
is, yeah.
Important note.
Yeah.
Let's hear what somebody else has to say.
Well, you're not going to like this one then.
Hey, Cops Thought. My 2 minutes of hate goes to Grant not streaming his attempts at Dark Souls on Switch later.
Any thoughts, Grant?
Yeah, I don't always have a lot of free time, folks, to be playing video games online. We'll work on it, okay? We'll free up our schedules.
When we're all legally stuck inside our houses for some time, we were more active on Twitch. We do want to be more active on Twitch again. But, people got to listen to the show. We do, this is the main thing. We're trying to make this bigger before we can branch out to Twitch. So once of that,
and it's whatever, but it's also like I'm editing the video episodes, and luckily enough, Zwick is back on editing the audio episodes.
Cheers.
There he is. There's our guy, our fella right there. He's on a cup. He's saying yes. He has 2 visors on. He has green hair. It's just horrifying to look at. We'll work on it, okay? We're busy adults that lead somewhat unproductive lives.
Well, I'm also I'm unemployed at the moment. I am.
Hell yeah, dude.
Looking for work. So if anybody out there wants to maybe hire me, I don't know if Lauren Michaels is working or listening right now.
Maybe we'll get another $100 Twitch payout.
Woo!
Are you on food stamps?
No.
Do it, dude. Food stamps fucking slap. Oh my God, they're the greatest.
Yeah.
It's so good. Walking into a grocery store with a gift card.
Steal.
I had food stamps.
Well, that too, but
like the most theft that happens in America is wage theft. So legally, you should just walk into a grocery store and just eat a banana and just drop the peel on the floor.
So my thing with stealing food is you have to buy something. You can't walk past the cart.
About it.
You can't walk past the checkout.
And do it in Minecraft.
Yes. Yeah. In Minecraft, if you're stealing food, pay for some food, but pay for the clove of garlic and not the $35 prime rib. But when the government pays for the garlic, that's when you're making 100% profit.
Exactly. We got one last voicemail here.
Hey, it's your boy, Brandon Kirkman. I saw you guys are going to have Joe on. Big fan of Joe. Great Twitter follow. Recommend that. I did get COVID after last time, and before that, I just had shingles. So I think I'm going to go around and rub myself against some houseless individuals and see if I can get monkeypox or whatever might be the next one. It's kind of like kind of a bug catcher mode kind of at this point in my life. Anyways, if you could have sex with any United States presidents, which one would it be? Please take this seriously. I don't want this to be a joke. You want to describe what you think their hog length would be like, or if they'd be tender lovers or rough but passionate. Definitely get into that detail as well. But Please make a selection. Don't make this a joke. This is not funny. This is a serious question. Which president would you have sex with if you could? Thank you so much. Bye.
Flush. There it is. Anyway, thanks for calling, Brandon. If you'd like to leave your own voicemail, 312-788-7361. I guess the show's over.
It's over.
So
that's it. Oh yeah, patreon.com/thoughtcops. You can join the episode live. Give us money.
Listen, just because
I don't have a job.
Is the running joke that you just don't answer Brandon's questions?
Well, I don't answer a lot of them.
Well, okay,
it's always like, how.
No, one time he left a voicemail. We had somebody from this company called Yacht Club Games, who they make these the Shovel Knight games, and he left a voicemail asking about Shovel Knight's feet. And she was like, I can't answer
That's a good question, Brandon.
She's like, I can't talk about Shovel Knight's
Well, you
feet.
said something also about like how much can like the video game character Kirby, not to be confused with my cat over there, Kirby. How much can Kirby like eat? Like it's always like some weird like, would you have sex with a video game character? Like it's always something like that.
No, it's like not. It's like, would you have sex with a video game?
That's probably more accurate. Yes.
I mean, the hole in the disc is pretty girthy, but I think I could make it work.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot of room, but yeah.
To answer your question, Brandon, I'm sorry to ruin the bit for you guys, but in my house, Hillary won in 2016, and boy, would I.
And we believe in science.
I mean,
do we?
What? No.
I'm sorry for clapping right in the microphone. That was great.
Anyway, guys, 312-788-7361, patreon.com/thoughtcops. Joe, thank you for coming on the show. Glad to finally have you on.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. You guys rock.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you, Space Cop.